Good morning. How are you guys doing? Kelowna area. Hang on, this is a new map. Because that bridge is the new bridge. Somebody updated the map. I haven't seen any maps that were updated. Welcome to Kelowna. Well, we are here by Peachland. We've got to drive through West Bank, West Kelowna, drive across the lake where Ogopogo lives. There's our Ogopogo right there. And then through Kelowna. Yeah, I was going to record another video yesterday, and that didn't work out. It was the most bizarre load I have ever experienced, and I told the boss, it's the first time I've done this, and it is the last time I've done this. We had to show up at a different trucking company. I had to drop my trailers, and then just park there and wait there. Now, they didn't have any drivers that were competent pulling Super Bs. So they had to hire a different trucker company in town to grab my Super Bs. And that driver went and loaded me. And it's the first time ever my load's not legal. I would not have taken it. So my boss just goes, let's refuse the load, make them take it off, or reduce the load. And I'm like, we've sat here for over 6.5 hours waiting for the load to be loaded. And I have a family emergency. I'm just going to take the load because I'm not sitting here for another 5-6 hours. So my pup is max weight, dead on max weight. My lead is dead on max weight. My truck is slightly over, enough to be concerning. I don't think I'd get a ticket for it, but I'd definitely get pulled in for it. But yeah, a little bit overweight, not by a lot, but a little tiny little bit overweight. I mean, it might only be 200, 300 pounds according to the gauge, but I don't like it. I want to run 100% legal. So told him not again. Next time I'm running 100% legal because I'm loading it myself. I'm never doing that again. And sitting there for 6.5 hours doing nothing just sucked. Like, it sucked so bad. I'm like, nobody's making money doing this except for the other trucking company that bought this load and doesn't want to transport it to the Okanagan. So yeah, picked this up in Surrey. It's steel plates. It's just solid steel plates. I've got my kitty corner chain on the front there. Strapped her down really good. I know, some of you would choose chains for everything, but they're the ones that did it all. And I'm like, I'm not redoing it all. Just not doing it. I'm done.
3 kilometers, keep left, Highway 97 north.
Unfortunately, this also means I ran the Coquihalla and connector last night in the dark. Whee! That was slippery. The Coquihalla was fine. The connector I spent a lot of my time spinning my tires, slowly working my way up. It was a little touch and go there. There's the Okanagan Lake on the right hand side. Now to go back to the load, the other driver that loaded me, he loaded legal for his truck. But not for mine. Engine brakes on. We're going to need those for this descent. Seems important. It was drizzling. Yeah, it's still drizzling a little bit. A couple of drops here and there, so hopefully the cameras do all right. It's starting to warm up in here. It's 7 degrees. The lake looks fairly calm. It's got some little waves on it. Actually, this load's actually, I said Kelowna, but it's going like to Winfield. Pretty cool shot of the lake we don't get to see very often, coming off the connector. Okay, pickup, what are you doing? You're just gonna hang out beside me and kind of right behind me beside me? Why wouldn't you pass me? I'm gonna move over, so you better give me enough room. The thing is, it's so far back there, it's hard to see if we're clear that pickup or not. Little big rig coming up the hill, so we have lots of room to merge in.
Continue on Highway 97.
Big lumber mill here. They make 1x4s and 1x6s, 1x somethings. Gorman Bros Lumber. I think I've only ever picked up there once and delivered there once. It's rare that I go to Gorman's. Guy's gonna figure it out. Like, I need to be in the brakes. You gotta merge so I can be in the brakes. Yeah, so tomorrow's going to be a long day for me. I think it's like a 16-hour drive. Probably get a video in or two. Not sure if that'll be part of our regular videos or an extra I'm going to save for when we're missing a video. Oh, by the way, West Kelowna. I forgot to introduce you guys. When we first came up and over that little hill, or down that dip and into that hill. West Kelowna, historically known as West Bank. All big sections of it are still West Bank. So basically, if it is public, private owned, it is West Kelowna. If it's on the native reservation, the native reservation is still called West Bank. Most of this town is in West Bank. Most of the residential, anyway. Most of the residential in this town is in West Bank, on native land. That's interesting setup there. It's definitely law enforcement of some type. Black SUV. I was hoping for a green. I guess that was just not in the cards. And no, Michael, you can't time how long our red lights last off of my videos. Did you see a camera change? That means I cut out a lot of the red light. No camera change? Then you can count how long a red light lasts. Michael contacted me and goes, our red lights in Texas are much longer. Yours here in Canada are 28 seconds long. Really short red lights. I'm like, no, ours are definitely longer than 28 seconds. This is all West Bank over here already. 6:30 in the morning. Bridge might be fairly busy. There's only one way across this lake. And it's a very, very long, thin, narrow lake. And it sure would be nice if there was a nice big highway that went on this side of the lake all the way up to Vernon, and a nice big highway that went on the other side of the lake all the way from Kelowna to Penticton. So people could decide which side of the lake to be on before leaving from Vernon or from Penticton. And that would reduce the bridge traffic significantly. Of course, they could just build another bridge. Radio on. Oh, come on, green. You do this to me every light. Give me more green, please. Actually, wouldn't all of us like a little more green? Try to leave a little extra space between me and the vehicle so I can be one shift in before the vehicle in front of me starts moving. Especially on a day I'm this heavy. from here. Okay. I mean, fair enough. The road in front of me is empty. Across the William R. Bennett Bridge? Is that the name of it? The bridge floats. And people always like to argue and say, no, only part of the bridge floats. Dude, most of the bridge floats. Even the sections that look like they're big piers, some of those piers float. I've seen them build them. They're like these huge, big air pockets that go way down. The piers float like a oil rig would. These big concrete cisterns that keep out they're full of air so that they float perfectly. They're designed perfectly to float up and down with the lake's elevation or water level change, which changes very slowly, but it changes by a couple of feet. So certain times a year, when the lake is really low or really high, the transition from solid ground to floating bridge is actually more pronounced, where you can actually feel the click of where you went from solid bridge to a floating bridge because of the angle. Okay, car's doing silly things. Okay. That white car is in the wrong lane, obviously. You're creating people to be aggressive. Because that white car is slow in the fast lane. This one right here. Here's the traffic jam. I was slowing down. The speed limit was actually 80 still around that corner, but I was slowing down. You never know where the brake check will be. Take your time, all the merging happening right at the bridge here, always just a cluster. And then as soon as you cross the bridge, there's red lights immediately after. Right here, we're on the floating bridge already, guys. That's a transition that changes angles depending time of year. And because of that, we know 100% that this is part of the floating bridge. I mean, I could always be wrong, but right here's the last transition. There's three transitions. Four. Two on each end, yeah. Four, right, another one right there, yeah. Four transitions where the bridge flexes up and down. Welcome to Kelowna, land of the traffic jam. I could reduce traffic jams through here. You would have to get rid of a bunch of intersections and turn a bunch of intersections into on and off lanes. I've seen it in different big cities. Get rid of the center median. Move us closer together, and then get rid of the sidewalk on one side, and then have on and off ramps. The ramp would go off, and then there's no clover leaves or anything like that, but then have overpasses over a whole bunch of these intersections. And the ramp off would come down to the bottom to a red light. So the only reason the slow lane would still be slow because people are coming in and out. But the main road would never have to stop. The left two lanes would never have to stop. Would Would be an eyesore? Sure would be. It would fix our traffic. Well, Nortrans, you better be exiting to the right here. You're not allowed in that lane. And I saw a comment a little while ago when we did a Vancouver video. No, it was Maple Ridge, I think. Somebody goes, HOV on the right-hand lane? That seems stupid. Welcome to Kelowna. HOV lane is in the turning lane. It seems stupid. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The HOV is never the faster lane. Not by much anyway. The fast lane, I think, is still faster than the HOV lane most of the time. So now you have people that are impatient, switching from all the way from the right lane all the way to the left lane when they think the left lane's going faster. Switching 3 lanes over back and forth to try to find the faster lane. You force big rigs, the biggest, widest vehicles, you force them into the center lane. So you force the slowest vehicles into the center lane. It's just such a dumb idea. Because now people merge in front of me from both the left and the right, just like that. Making close calls happen a lot more often, and like that, see? It's dumb. Nortrans just turned off over there. It's really pushing how long you're allowed to be in the HOV lane. He's exiting on Spall Road here. At least he did turn off, so I'll give him that. How many minis do you see, Linda? How many minis do you see today? Excuse me. No, of course. course, now we got a Peterbilt behind me that is obviously faster than I am. The only way for him to pass me is by going into the fast lane. So he's got to make a decision. Go into the fast lane, force your way into that lane, or just follow this slow truck. Their whole excuse to have an HOV lane on the right hand side is this right here. The bus stops on the HOV. It makes riding in the bus faster. Does it? The lanes are clustered the whole time. Does it actually make the bus ride faster? It's up to 8 degrees Celsius. Still a light drizzle. Well, I guess this is going to be one of those really long videos where we go a short distance, but it takes a long time to do so. So I'll end the video as soon as we get out of town here, just so that we get all of Kelowna in here. Oh, come on, people, let's go. It's like, where do I smash the throttle? Logging truck decided the fast lane is the lane for him. The exit to Highway 33 to the right hand side. Goes up past Big White all the way down to Rock Creek. the other side. Oh, he's got someone stopped. Okay. Getting to the outskirts here. The cops are patrolling.
A rare sight today. The Lexus had their signal light on all the way down the highway. Somebody must have overfilled it with blinker fluid. Yeah.
There's actually a real reason why BMWs don't use signal lights.
Not bad weather here anyway. The wife was saying from home always to Toronto and rain and so she had the wipers on full plow. Oh yeah, it looks pretty dark out there. Yeah.
The way you turn on and turn off signal lights on some BMWs is really hard. It's tricky to turn them back off. There's actually a design reason why certain cars don't use signal lights.
He's got 1 inch on, so he'll be going the same direction as you. Not going on the white one? I got a stand, so we going the other way. You got a stand on now? Oh, look at you. Dump it on the ground where he's going to end up putting it in. Yeah.
I think they're dump truck drivers talking to each other. Talking about pit and sand and yeah, I think filling in holes. And, yeah, I think they're dump truck drivers.
Busload of Mexicans here, they're usually doing like a $1.20 down the highway. Somebody flashing their lights, so now they're all slowed down to 80.
Well, that was
That's a common stuff like that. All parts on there. Yeah, you bet, yeah. People are so silly. They think because they slow down under the speed limit, they're doing everybody a favor. He's looking for seatbelts and cell phones. That's where his cash grab is.
I was on his team until he became a racist, and then he lost all credibility. Well, that was Kelowna. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday. See you guys on Monday. We'll see how next week goes. It's gonna be a rough weekend for us. I'm not gonna get much sleep this weekend, that's for sure. Guess I should drive past the airport, huh? Kelowna Airport right beside us here on the right hand side. I don't know if you guys can actually see shots of the airport. Too many shrubs and trees in the way, I think. I hear they're redoing the Kelowna Airport terminal. Oh look, there's even a big construction crane there, so yeah. Redoing the terminal or adding to it or something. we're gonna have to do one of these weekends is come up to Kelowna, do like a Costco shopping trip, but also swing by the airport here and check out the airport museum. Don't know how good the museum is, but it'd be neat to find out. On our right hand side right there. From looking through the windows, it looks pretty bare, but it being a brand new museum, you can see why it might be. There's a jet coming in for a landing. I don't know if you guys can see that. Bright headlight up in the sky directly in front of us. Everybody's flashing their lights. It's like, just a cop, stop flashing your lights. See how big of a jet it is. That's a decent size, I think. Never mind. No, it's a small little. Never mind. Small little turbo prop jet. Anyhow, I am out of here. Thanks again for watching. Thank you again for all your support. You guys absolutely rock.